Another aspect related with the water uptake in the plants, imbibition. See, imbibition has great role in the germination of the seeds. Also, imbibition plays important role in different plant phenomenons, and the account will go through how imbibition takes place and the details of it. So while studying imbibition, we will have to go through the points like what is the concept of imbibition, its definition, then the details related with the imbibition. So like this we will proceed. So imbibition, like diffusion and osmosis, imbibition also is involved in the water uptake of the plants under certain circumstances. In our daily life, we see that there is a swelling of dry seeds when they are kept in water, and this swelling is a good example of the imbibition. Similarly, the wood also absorbs water during rainy season, and tightening of the doors and windows we can experience, and the process behind is a imbibition again. So imbibition, one of the physiological process which is available for the plants for uptake of water. If one put small quantity of seeds in water, the water is absorbed by the seeds. Seed swells and there is increase in the volume of the seed. So process behind is imbibition, I have told you. So how one can define imbibition in brief? So is a phenomenon of taking up or taking in of water and consequent swelling of the colloidal material. So particularly colloid materials present in the substance, they are responsible for absorption of water as well as adsorption of water, and thereby their swelling. Substance concern, you call it as a imbibant. So imbibant swells and increases in volume. As a result, there is increase in the pressure, and pressure developed is due to the imbibition, and thus we will call it as a imbibition or imbibitional pressure. Both the terms are used, imbibition pressure or imbibitional pressure. The pressure created is used, and we will see some of the uses of this imbibition pressure even in the latter part of the concept, that is imbibition. So in brief, we have defined the imbibition as a phenomenon of taking in of water and consequent swelling of the colloidal materials. Also, one can define the imbibition as a absorption of water by colloidal material resulting into the swelling of colloidal material is the another definition. Actually, two phenomena, not only absorption but adsorption of water is also involved in this process. So these solvents which are usually imbibed in the material have affinity or attraction for them, and these materials or the solvents, they are called as the or the material is called as a hydrophilic. Colloidal substances, they are called as a hydrophilic colloids. These forces of attraction are usually chemical and electrostatic forces. So the attractive forces between the solvent and the hydrophilic colloids, they are of chemical nature or electrostatic force nature. The substances are generally hydrophilic. Movement of water is along the diffusion gradient, and diffusion gradient means change in concentration over the distance. So along the diffusion gradient, movement of water, it takes place. Imbibition involves, just I have told you, absorption and adsorption of water or the solvent in colloidal substances. So these colloidal substances, they include the substances like protein, maybe agar, cellulose, gelatin, or the starch. So one should mention here the imbibing capacity of the cellulose is least, medium is of starch, and a large amount of water is absorbed and adsorbed by the proteins. So remember this thing even related with the colloidal substances. The substance which imbibes water, call it as a imbibant. So one can define the diffusion as uptake or absorption of liquids by solid particles of a substance without forming a solution, is the third definition of the imbibition. A simple definition you can remember, that is the absorption and adsorption of water by the hydrophilic colloids. This is also one of the simple definition. Now we will see related with the imbibition, which is a special type of diffusion. So in the introductory part we have seen the imbibant due to absorption and adsorption of water, how it swell and creates a pressure. We call it as a imbibitional pressure. In imbibition, there is both absorption and adsorption of the water. Water enters into the cell, thereby the volume of cell increases, and this is called as absorption. So entry of water into the cell, absorption. Some water molecules are held over the surface of the cell wall, and this is known as a adsorption of water. So they do not enter into the cytoplasm. Instead, water molecules remains on the surface, attached on the surface. The molecules which are tightly held on the surface of imbibant, they lose their kinetic energy. They lose their kinetic energy over there on the surface. They remain attached on the surface, and there they lose their kinetic energy. As they are, they remain stagnant over there, or due to their immobility, this thing happens. They lose their kinetic energy. Thus, when seeds are soaked in water, there is warming of water. The reason behind is due to losing of kinetic energy due to the water molecules which are attached on the surface of the imbibant. So why seeds, when soaked in water, the water gets warmed? The reason behind I have told you, and this is known as a heat of wetting. Another example related to this, if we need the wheat flour, so when we mix water into wheat flour, we can feel, or our fingertips can feel that there is warming or heat is created over there, and the reason behind is this losing of kinetic energy due to the adsorption of water molecules on the surface of the colloidal substance. Already we have mentioned that absorption of water by hydrophilic colloids, it is a imbibition. The movement of water is along the diffusion gradient. That also we have seen. Imbibition is the capacity of a gel or any other colloidal material to take up relatively large quantities of water and thereby swelling of the colloidal material. So this thing we can experience. We can take the examples like swelling of doors during the rainy season, and absorption of water by the cell wall, swelling of seed coats, then swelling of starch, cellulose, agar, gelatin. These are the examples of the imbibition. If agar is added in water, within few minutes it absorbs sufficient large quantity of water. The phenomenon of imbibition increases volume of the imbibant, due to which pressure is created, and this pressure we call it as a imbibitional pressure. Here I can give you one example. If we take two bottles and if we keep pea seeds in them, in one bottle pea seeds plus water, and if we do complete capping of the bottles, or tightly we can fit the lid to the bottles, and if we keep it for 24 hours, after 24 hours these glass bottles, if we observe one of the bottle which is containing water, it gets cracked, and this cracking is due to the absorption and adsorption of water by the pea seeds or the hydrophilic colloids present in the pea seeds. Due to that, this imbibant, it increases in its size and creates a pressure, and we call it as a imbibitional pressure. So cracking a bottle which is having water, this cracking is due to the imbibitional pressure. This is the demonstration of the imbibition. In short, I have told you, but the bottle which is not having water but only the pea seeds, their cracking of bottle do not occur. So imbibition pressure is the potential maximum pressure which an imbibant will develop if it is submerged in water. So all this clearly indicates that imbibition is a special type of diffusion in plants. During imbibition, the molecules diffuse as a result of their concentration gradient till they get distributed uniformly. So one can have the points of differentiation here on the screen. You can see the difference between previously we have seen related to the diffusion, and now we have idea about imbibition. So how one can differentiate between these two, these points, they are there on the screen. So diffusion and imbibition, how one can differentiate. So here you can see diffusion is simple dispersion phenomenon, while imbibition is a physical phenomenon of hydrophilic matter or substances. In diffusion particles have different diffusion pressure. In imbibition, imbibant develops imbibitional pressure. So like this, the third point, in case of diffusion, it takes place from the region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration, while in imbibition it occurs in substances possessing hydrophilic colloids. Fourth point, in diffusion it occurs in solids, gases and liquids, while imbibition occurs in organic solids like wood, seeds, etc. In diffusion, temperature plays prominent role, while in imbibition, humidity plays important role. So during rainy season, we can experience jamming of doors and windows. That is due to the humidity present in the air. So one of the example related to the diffusion, that is exchange of gases during photosynthesis and respiration. In case of imbibition, we can give example of swelling of wood or germination of seeds. So this is what related with the another phenomenon, that is the imbibition. So on imbibition, questions can be asked related to the definition, again related to the examples, what is imbibant, what is imbibitional pressure, and the imbibitional pressure. See, this phenomenon, use of imbibitional pressure, it is used in the medical studies while studying the skeleton of the human bone skeleton. So to isolate the bones of brain, seeds are placed in the crevices, and they are soaked in water over there, and due to that imbibitional pressure, it gets created and bones gets separated. So like this, in germination even, the process of imbibition, it plays important role. Seed, when comes in contact with the moisture or water, it absorbs and adsorbs water, and due to that imbibitional pressure is developed, and this imbibitional pressure is responsible for breaking of the seed coat. Unless and until there is breaking of seed coat, seed do not germinate. Embryo present in the cotyledons, it cannot emerge out. So for germination, imbibition is very important phenomenon. So like this, what is the use of imbibition, then how it differs from the diffusion, that also we have studied. So such questions can be asked in the examination. Okay.